You know, the more I play this game, is the more the developers and the community just know the hell out of me, to be honest. So today, I think it's been a while since I've uploaded, and a lot of things have changed since the first rant video about the American Truck Simulator. So you know what? I think I'll just make a part 2 for this thing called American Truck Simulator Rant Part 2. And you know what? Let's just begin. So, a lot of things have changed since the last rant, and there's been a lot of things such as DLC. I mean, it was really not that much, but quite a bit has changed because new Oregon DLC, new trailers, and New Mexico, obviously, and also Washington State. But you know what? Let's just begin because honestly, there's still a lot of shit to rant about, anyways. And the developers, they still are lazy as hell. But you know what? Let's just get into this. Okay, so one of the things I just hate about this game, or the things that just another problem with this game that I have, are the traffic lights in this game. They still haven't been fixed. They still haven't even fixed this since it's been like that since the beginning of the game. The traffic lights are way too fast, and it's pretty annoying too. I literally have to go out and download mods just for a simple thing like longer yellow lights, because the yellow lights are way too fast in this game. Before you can even get to the get past the light, you actually get a ticket for it because of the way the ticket system does when it comes to ticketing fines and all those types of shit. But what happens is that, I mean, it's simply one file, and they're so lazy that they can't even fix the file. It's just literally one file, and all you have to do is write code in it. I've looked at it myself, and I mean, it's really not that hard. These developers are just lazy as shit. I mean, I'm not even joking with you. And you literally have to go out and download mods for the simple shit like doing traffic lights. These guys can't even fix their own traffic lights. You know, it's just one simple thing, and literally, they can't even do that. It's just one thing. All they have to do is fix the files, and they spend so much time looking at scenery and things like that. They spend so much time on big things. They actually forget about the little things. It's the little things that make the game better. It's not only the big things and all the scenery and all those things that catch other people's eyes. It's usually about the little things they fix, and the little things in this game, they leave them the way they are. It's just completely lazy, and they don't take time to actually fix the small things, because that's really what makes the game better. And another thing I have a problem with still are the fast splits in this game. The fast splits in this game just feel really bad. I never use the fast splits in this game. It's because they just feel really terrible. It's kind of hard to describe how shitty they feel. It's just when you shift it, there's something wrong with it. It feels way too fast. It's just the way it shifts, especially when it's downshifting, it feels so bad. They still haven't even fixed that either, and that's been the same way since the game came out. And again, it's more laziness on the developers' part. It's funny how they can't even fix small things, but yet they have no problem nickeling and diming for DLC over the dumbest things. It's honestly so pathetic. And here's another thing again, the highway exits and entries to the small, or I should say the highway entries and the exits are way too small. Every time, let's say for example, you're on an entry to another highway, for example. Okay, and basically what happens is the exit to that entry is just so small. Literally, every time you go on there, sometimes you end up getting a traffic jam, and it's the worst when you're at a gas station or a truck scale. It's so terrible. Like literally, it clogs up traffic, and that still hasn't even been fixed. Even with the 124 scale, that has been what I think it's been a year or something like that. About a year since they released the upgraded scale, because what happened was I forget what it's called. They upgraded the game. It basically had before, I don't remember how small the map was. It was a 132 scale, I believe. I don't remember. It's been so fucking long, but it's been they actually they downgraded it to 124. So now basically what happens is the roads are longer, and that means you don't get to places as fast as you used to. But now it's just they still haven't really fixed those types of things, and especially when you're going on an exit, a highway exit, they're so small. There's actually been a few of them that are actually not that small, but it's from the new DLC, which again is bullshit. It's only in New Mexico the ones that are bigger that are made properly, but there are others that are just so small. They're literally you can literally have clutter, highway clutter up there, and it's just they don't even fix that type of shit, and it's just really annoying when it comes across that. I mean, it's supposed to be a highway. There should be room for people to move and for the AI to not clog up, because whenever the AI sees cars on the highway, they just stop and just wait for it to be empty and just it's supposed to be a highway. That's just bullshit. That shouldn't even be happening in the game. And another thing another thing that still is they still haven't fixed it, and I don't know why they did this, but the company lots, the company places, they're just all literally so fucking small. It's really annoying to go in there, and especially if you're having skilled parking. Basically, I don't understand why the hell they do that. I mean, people say, there's really no point in doing that. There should be some bigger and some small. They should make it bigger, because some of the places that they make it to park is just literally impossible. I don't understand the logic. But some guy, obviously, there's going to be that one guy that goes, "It's to make it take more skill," but that sounds so stupid. That's a gimmick. There's nothing skill about making something harder for the sake of being harder. Some places should be smaller and some places should be bigger. Making it bigger for the sake of being bigger, smaller for the sake of being smaller, that's just retarded. It makes no sense. But, obviously these developers weren't thinking when they're making, because everything in this game is so cramped and so small. It's some of the places I remember especially when you had you had a heavy haul, one of those long low beds that they released, and then when you call a service truck, literally the I think that was before it, but before they released the heavy haul. But if you had a long low bed or something, you'd be glitched inside the service area, and afterwards the low bed would be literally getting damaged, and then you have to cancel because it's been taking so much damage, and you get a fine for delivering damaged goods. But it just shows the way they make this game is just too small. The things, especially to go with that one, another problem is the roads are way too small. There's some places, again with the DLC, there's some places, especially in New Mexico, yeah, there's some places that are bigger, but again, it's just the roads are too small for what for the loads that you're carrying, especially with low boys and things like that. It's just so fucking annoying, especially since the AI, they're so retarded in this game. They have no idea how much room to give you, and I literally don't want to waste my time having to put out hazard lights every time I need to make a turn, because that's just stupid. And honestly, it's supposed to be North America. Roads are supposed to be bigger. They're supposed to be larger. But obviously, like I said, these developers, they don't give a shit about the small details of these things. And they probably don't spend enough time looking at the roads the way they should be. Instead, they just focus on, like I said, big scenery and things like that. These types of things should be made properly, especially when it comes to roads, because if you actually look at North American roads, they're actually quite large, especially so they're able to hold the trucks and their trailers, especially the longer ones. But obviously there are some places in North America where the roads are small, but it shouldn't be every single place in North America in this game that should be like that, because that's just completely retarded. And this is one of the biggest problems I have with this game. It's the DirectX 9. The fact that they use DirectX 9 still, and the poor performance that it gives, and how this game is just so poorly unoptimized. It's just completely retarded. They nickel and dime you over this dumbest shit, I swear to God. But yet, the game plays like shit, and it's literally lagging. And it's the worst, especially it's the worst when you have some sort of mod, and for some whatever reason it lags. And then afterwards you have to end up exiting the game, and then re-entering the game, because the game is freaking lagging. I don't understand what the hell's wrong with these guys. How are you going to... This is so retarded. They make you spend over the littlest shit. but then they don't upgrade the game to be premium. They don't make the graphics better. The graphics are the same shit. It looks like something that's been made in the year 2008. I'm not even joking with you. And this game was made in 2016, but yet they have no problem making you pay these dumb, I don't even know how to say it, these dumb prices for the stupidest shit. And the game's not even, the game is so bare bones, but yet they have no problem making you play with poor performance. And they need to start getting that shit up before they start making you pay extra money. And I remember there was this one guy, I'll see if I can get it was when the 1.6 patch for this game was released. It was a long while back. I remember this retard, it was probably one of the most dumbest, most retarded things I've ever heard. And he typed that. He literally typed that they should keep the game, they should make that game run on lower graphics because of the people with low shitty ass computers. First off, I'm not going to be held back by some guy who's just doesn't want to spend money on his bum ass computer to upgrade it. Okay, I actually spent $2,000 out of my pocket. There's a reason why I spent $2,000 out of my pocket for a better computer, and that's so I can play games at a higher capability and play them at a higher level. And literally, just so basically, I shouldn't have to be held back just because some bum doesn't want the game to be updated in terms of graphics because he doesn't have the money or doesn't give a shit enough to actually upgrade his computer and wants the game to stay shit. That is the dumbest, most I don't even know. It's the dumbest, most ass kissing like comment I've ever seen on that website. And I swear to God, if I find it, I'll put it in the video. But that's just completely retarded. I can't believe somebody so stupid would say something like that. It's just, this community amazes me how dumb they are, how retarded they are. Another thing, again, this game is just, it's so pissed me off so much. This is the one that pissed me off so much, the modding community. I already talked about the modding community in the previous video, but I just have to lay it out here right now because it is just absolutely retarded. It's bullshit, and the community is just so toxic. It's just, they're so toxic, and it's just, they're so divisive. I don't understand why it's even okay for the community to be like this. But last video I talked about private mods, and I talked about how the community is like, literally, all they do is, the community, they don't care about anything else but their own egos. So when it comes to mods, and especially in a half-assed game like this that's so bare bones and so shit, you literally have to, in order to enjoy this game to the full extent, you have to download as many mods as possible. You have to have mods out the ass in order to enjoy this game properly. Okay? And what happens is that, literally, the community, what they do is that, literally, you can't even get good mods. The only decent mods are the ones, they're such hypocrites. The only good mods you can get are the ones that everybody keeps for themselves. Every single mod that is at least decent is a private mod. It's fucking bullshit. And basically, you have to join Facebook groups and all that type of shit. That's what I talked about in the previous video. You have to join Facebook groups and all that type of shit just so you can jerk some guy up, just to get his mods, and join the circle jerk. Just so you can get a decent mod, you have to become their friends and all that type of shit. It's just so stupid. You know, I thought this was supposed to be a community where people come together, and it's just people care about their own egos, and they don't give a shit about the game. It's just so hypocritical, and it's funny because these same people that own these private mods, they make videos showing off these private mods, and you're looking at these videos hoping that they'll at least show a download link for the mod to show, because they're showcasing a mod, right? But no, what they're doing is, I remember like that one guy did, giving, oh my god, he literally had a video of a mod there, and he was saying that he wouldn't release it. Like, that's just so circle jerk. He wouldn't release it until he got 400 likes. That is just so pathetic. I just fuck off, honestly. And I already talked about that in the video, but that's just one of the things. And like I said before, what they do is that they'll show a mod in the video, right? But they won't release it even though it looks nice. And instead they'll just say in the bottom it's private. Well, then what the hell are you doing showing it? What, for your own ego, for your own satisfaction? So you can feel like somebody in your life? I mean, it doesn't make sense to fucking show these types of mods in there, because people are looking at these videos because of one thing. They want to see, hey, how can I get that mod? It looks nice. I want to play it too. But these guys, like they said, they're keeping it for themselves, and then they're complaining that people are asking them for those mods. It's like a girl that walks with her tits out in public, showing her tits and her ass, and afterwards complaining that guys, you know, they want to fuck her. But they see, that's what I trying to say. That's the exact. It's so retarded. If you like, you're showing it, but yet you complain about the fact that people want these mods, and then these same people, they're so retarded. Here they are complaining about the fact that the fact that they complain about it, but yet their only justification is what other people do in the community. They complain that other people steal their mods, steal assets, and take credits for that shit. But then again, you know, after a while that shit kind of gets annoying. And you know what? After a while, there's no excuse for it. You're doing it because you want to do it. You're not releasing the mods because you don't want to release it. It has nothing to do with other people's choices. So you can't start blaming people for their own shit. You need to start being better than that. And this community is just way too immature to handle these types of shit. And in this video, I wanted to actually, instead of talking about the Facebook mods, like I just did, and what I did in the previous video, I want to talk about paid mods in this game, because that is just the dumbest thing. I've never seen any game where people are allowed to make paid mods, and actually make money off paid mods. That's so bullshit. You're supposed to be making mods. Have always been free every time, especially as a modder myself, right? As a person who's modded in other games, and for the community myself, mods are supposed to be something that's free. It's supposed to bring the community together, I should say. It's supposed to be there to make the community better and bring them together. Instead, what people are trying to do is they're trying to make money off it. And first off, these guys aren't just making money off the mods. They're making money off things that they should have licenses for. And that, to me, that's just pathetic. Those people are just scum of the earth. Because literally, it's coming to the... Because literally, I bet it'll come to the point where all these sheep defending these paid mods is just bullshit, because if that's the case, then the company should be getting some of that money, because what they're doing is they're selling, let's say, they're selling things that they should normally have license for. Let's say like a Kenworth truck, right? And Kenworth is an actual company, and they're making money off that company's name. So the company should be getting some of that money, but no, they aren't. It's the random modders that are making money off that shit, and you know, it's just retarded. Oh man. It's just so stupid. But it's just another example. And it's just, I don't know how to say it anymore, but and some of these mods, some of these paid mods, they literally cost as much as the game itself. $20, $30 for a fucking mod, man. You're literally going to charge me $30 for a mod in a game that really has no shit in it to begin with, and there's barely any content in it. The only reason why this game is even relevant is because of the actual map mods like Coast to Coast and Canada Dream mods that actually have the whole state of the United States, and they have Canada in it. That's the only reason why this game is even around. Without that, this game would be shit. This game wouldn't even be alive right now, because you only have how many shitty states, and that's the only reason why it is. But nowadays, it's just becoming more and more scarce because everybody just care about themselves. That's the problem. This community is just full of hypocrites, and now they're selling half decent mods for money now. So literally, you can't really get what you want unless you pay some douchebag that wants money for everything he does for money. And first off, making mods, you know, you're not entitled to making money. Okay, when you're making a mod, you should know that you're doing it for the community and you're doing it to enhance the game or make it better. You're not doing it for money. If you want to get paid for something, go get it. You know, go get a job. Go get a job as a game maker or something. Go make your own shit. Go make your own game. Don't try to exploit the community when there's really anything in the game to begin with. That is just so pathetic on your part. And there's this one guy, you know, but I need to feed my family. I need to feed my kids. First off, you know, it's not my problem that you have to feed your family. Okay, it's not my problem. And I know that may sound cool, but it's really not my problem. I'm just the guy that just wants to log in and just have some fun with this game. I'm not worried about, somebody trying to make, trying to take care of their family. First off, you don't even care about my family. Why should I care about your family? You didn't care about my family when you charged me $20 for a fucking paid mod. You didn't care about my family when you hide every single private mod behind a private Facebook to circle jerk. You didn't care about my family when you're selling paid mods for $30. I mean, I could be some 20-year-old, 18-year-old poor kid who comes from a poor family and he just wants to enjoy his game, but yet he's sad because he can't find any mods to play because all the shitheads are hiding behind money and are hiding behind some Facebook group to get some mods. First off, it's not about your family. It's about your own personal gratification out of making money out of these things. Because, you see, you only care about your family, but you don't care about my family. So that's a perfect example of how hypocritical it is for you to talk about your family, but you don't see it from other people's perspectives about mods. You only see it from your perspective because all you care about is yourself, nobody else. It's just so retarded that you're going to use that as a justification for you making paid mods. It's more like a justification rather than I'm trying to take care of my family. If that's the case, I mean, if you can take days, weeks, or months to make a mod, you can go find yourself a job. And quite frankly, it's either that or you can ask the community for donations and say, just be honest and say, hey, you know what? My life is rough right now and I'm making these mods. I don't really have that much time because I'm going through such things, but I'd appreciate if you would like me to make more mods, donate to me, donate to my page, donate to my PayPal or whatever, and it'll help me make more mods, and it'll help me with my family. That's all you have to do. Or is just your ego's too big for that? And to be honest, because everybody in this community is all about their ego. They're such hypocrites. They just don't give a shit. And that's the funny part, is they don't give a shit, but yet they act like they do give a shit. They are the problems. They complain about the problems, but they are part of the problem. And those people that just two-time people, and they're not only getting donations, but then they're asking people to pay for their content, for their mods. Those people are just pathetic. They're just pieces of shit. Like I said, I mean, come on, this is just pathetic. And all these sheep defending this is bullshit. I bet you the type of person that was defending Steam paid mods, and look where that shit went down. Because that's where it's going to go now. Because literally, there are some mods in this game that are just absolute shit, and they're actually paid mods. They have things missing, or they have things that haven't been fixed since they've been released. For example, right? There's this W900 mod, right? Kenworth W900L mod. It's a 1990s truck, and I'm playing with it in the video. I actually had to change a few things in the truck. Like, for example, you can see that the Kenworth, the dashboard, that's not that shitty gray color that the modders gave it. I actually made it black. I had to do my own modding on it. I have my own steering wheel that I borrowed from some other mod, and I made the interior black so it actually looks nicer. But that's what I'm talking about. It's really not worth that shit, and it has things that haven't been fixed. For example, one of the mirrors in the customization options, it has, for example, in the inside of the truck you can see some sort of what is it? An amber light. So you can see some sort of lights on the mirrors, but on the outside perspective you can't see that shit. Oh look at that. What's this? Oh, that's right. It's a modern steering wheel instead of Kenworth truck. Or should I say a 90s Kenworth truck? They didn't have this steering wheel in a 90s Kenworth truck. And yet, it's here. Look at it. It's right there. I literally had to just go into the files again. And I had to actually put it in my own steering wheel. I put my own steering wheel from another mod, and I colored it to make it match the new interior that I put inside of the game. And it's funny, that same shit, it's also, they didn't fix that either. It's been like the same way. And what is this? It's just a 132 patch. But guess what? And they still haven't really put another steering wheel to match it. They just add the shit in there, like the way it is. And it's out of place. And it's real. This shows how much they care about authenticity. They don't even care enough to fix something that they make people pay for. Honestly, this is just raw, man. Oh, look at that. You see that too? Oh, that's right. There is nothing. Because it has no trailer cables either, and this is a truck that's been there updated for the 131 patch and the 132 patch, but yet there are no trailer cables for the actual trailer. You can actually see it because I actually show the trailer and the truck. They have no trailer cables, and you're making people pay for that shit. I mean, are you kidding me, man? There's no, I never buy these trash pay mods. People paying for shit, and afterwards they don't even fix it up. And honestly, I think these modders that made this mod, I think the only thing they probably stole some assets too. Probably stole some assets and put that shit in there and then sell it to people for money. Because the way it is, like, how do you not add those things in there? You're selling things for money, and afterwards you can't even add authentical things. And you don't even fix. If there's a problem with them, you don't even fix it. You just leave it like that. And no, I'm not going to give the solutions to the chassis thing, because I don't think they deserve shit. If you're selling things like that, then you know what? I'm not gonna help you, because quite frankly, you're doing this shit, you're selling it, and then you have it broken, or it's not working, or things aren't showing up in game. I don't give a shit about you, honestly. I'm not gonna help you. But it just shows that they have things that need to be fixed, and they probably don't even know how to fix it. They're just selling things for money because they're greedy as hell anyway. So really, what's the difference? But that's what it is. It is what it is. Oh, and especially this thing. This is a funny part. Okay, here's a funny part. So there's this truck physics mod, realistic trucks physics mod that's on the SES website. Well, the forum website. And this guy released a physics mod, and he says that if you want to make it work with other mods, you have to do certain things in the files in order to make it be compatible with the mod, like allowing the trucks to have suspension physics. And I actually made it so that the suspension physics work. And the funniest thing, right? It's funny how you see it in the video. The truck and the fuel tanks on the chassis are the cabin. That's so retarded. So if the truck cabin moves, that's so lazy. If the truck cabin moves, the tank filters move also. That's just so lazy. These guys didn't even separate the fuel tanks from the cabin as models. They just combine. They're just so lazy that they just combine both of them to make them move, which is not supposed to happen. Because if you look at other quality models like the T800, Kenworth T800 by GTM, and you look at other quality models, that shit doesn't happen. The cabin is supposed to be the only thing that moves when there's bumps and things like that, and when the truck's accelerating. But as you can see in this video, the fuel tanks move along with the chassis. So that basically means that they're too lazy to actually fix the shit. So you know what, guys, keep buying this trash, and then get angry at people when they try to stand up for something that your retards don't even know what you're even talking about, man. Just keep it up, guys. Or once again, another thing, they have some chassis for separate nose styles for this W900L or B, whatever you want to call it. So there's two noses, right? The W900L nose and a W900B nose. And what happens is that they have some chassis that don't even show up in the fucking game. Okay, so there's this one specific chassis that I had for the W900B nose style on that truck. And I wanted to make an L version with that same chassis. Because the funny thing is that I looked for it and the shit wasn't even there. It didn't even show up. And I looked into the files. I said, what the hell? Why is it not showing up? And after opening the file, you know, it's just so stupid, man. Like, I had to actually fix the fucking things to make sure the shit would show up in game for the L nose. That's the type of retardation these guys that make these mods do. Like, they're asking for money, but yet things don't even show up in game. Are you kidding me, man? Like, I had to go into the files and fix that shit again, man. What's wrong with these dumbasses making mods, but they don't even know how to fix their own shit? And another thing too, the drop visors, the sun visors in this truck. Like, some of them, the painted sun visors, they don't even show up in the interior models. Don't even show up. I mean, are you fucking kidding me, man? And then once again, I have to go in the files myself to fix that shit. Like, these guys cannot do anything right. These guys cannot mod to save their lives. How do you leave those things broken like this? And then just expect people to pay you money for this type of garbage, man. Go fuck yourself. Like the sun visor, like the painted one doesn't even show when you look at it from the interior view. Like I had to go into files again and get the path file to work properly. Like these guys cannot do shit for themselves. It's the same, like I said, with the L model chassis. Can't get that shit to show up in game because they don't know how to fucking write numbers or write letters in their files. It's just beyond stupid. And then you have these same guys that are defending these people. I say, "Oh, well, you should be grateful for this." What should I be grateful? Your buggy piece of garbage you made me pay $50 for? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Think I'm gonna be thankful for that garbage? Drop dead, seriously. I'm not gonna pay for that garbage. I mean, you can't even fix the things, but you're expecting me to pay money for it. I don't owe you a goddamn thing. The only goddamn thing I owe you is a slap in the face for how stupid you are to think that I would actually pay for something that you can't even fix. And it's been like that since the first version. This truck. Like, how do you, like, for example, the logos on the side of the trucks. That thing wasn't even broken in the first version. How do you end up breaking it in the latest version? That thing is like spawning, not even on the truck. It's retarded. Like, it looks so garbage. How does the logo spawn? How does the logo get broken when it wasn't even broken in the first one? These guys cannot mod for shit, and they can't even update the truck. Like, they have to make extra files to patch it. Like, they can't even put the patch into one RAR file or one SCS file. I mean, what they do is they have to add a separate patch because they're too stupid to know how to update the truck. It's beyond stupid. It's beyond stupid. They're the first people to ask for money, but they're the last people to fix the bugs for it. It just shows how dumb these guys are. And this is another reason why I'll never support paid mods, and I'll never support any retard defending these paid mods. You can go fuck yourselves, because I'm sick and tired of this shit. Also, another thing, I just can't. There's just so much shit. I swear to God. Another thing, as you can clearly see in this video, these guys have not fixed the speed gauge in this thing. So shit, when you're driving, let's say after a certain speed, the speed gauge shows the speed incorrectly. For example, you can only the 65 miles per hour is the 55 mile per hour mark on the speed gauge, and then the 75 mile per hour. The 75 miles per hour is 65 miles per hour on the speed gauge. I mean, seriously, for fuck's sake, if you're going to sell something for money, at least fix your shit first. All these guys they see is money, 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 and then after they just upload the shit and then they don't even fix it. I've actually played the first version of this game, and once again, shit has not been fixed. Fix your shit before you start getting greedy. This is why I hate fucking paint mods, because assholes don't fix shit and just ask for, give me pesos, give me pesos. I don't give a shit about your pesos. Fuck your pesos, bitch. Like, come on. I remember when I didn't have my shifter, I literally had to play with the map on. I had to press F3 to have the map show up to see what gear and what shit I was in, how much speed I was going, because I couldn't see after 30 miles per hour the shit doesn't show up correctly. That's what I'm saying, man. These guys fucking asking for pesos, man. Fuck your pesos. Nobody gives a shit if you want money or not. Fix your shit before you sell it, man. How hard is that? Greedy ass pieces of shit, man. Things like that, like, they don't fix that shit, but yet they're making you pay money for that type of crap. That's what it's going to come down to. People making half-ass crap and selling it to you for money, and doing it for something that you shouldn't really be paying money for, because that's what a mod is. You shouldn't be paying for that shit. It should be to bring the community together and inspire people to make mods. But that's just another example. And another example is there was this one retard that actually, he was actually complaining about the fact that he bought a paid mod and there was shit. First of all, that's your problem, bitch. Deal with it. You're the one who fucking bought it, complaining, "Oh, I bought it and it was just a shit mod. I never got paying for it." Yeah, bitch. Don't go crying for sympathy now, okay? Nobody asked you to go pay for that shit. You should be buying paid mods in the first place. That's what happens when you buy those paid shit. So suck it up, bitch, and stop complaining. That's what happens when you're part of the problem. You don't get to complain about shit when you're a part of it. You are your own problem. That's what I'm talking about. You can't complain about something. And it was uploaded on modland.com, and it's just so funny watching these people complain, bitch, and moan about the dumbest, about They're a part of it, but they're still complaining. These guys are just so retarded. They don't know what's good for them. And unfortunately, people like me, we know what's good for the community. They don't care about it. They only care about the now. They only care about the pleasure. And they don't give a shit about the game. And people like me actually care about the industry when it comes to things like paid mods and all that types of shit. Things that are supposed to be free, you're supposed to enjoy the game. And in this half-ass game, you can't enjoy the game the way it should be because people are now trying to exploit the community, trying to make money off something that shouldn't even be made money off of. Yeah, you know what? That's another example of that type of shit. And like I said before, I'm a modder myself. And I remember those years that I used to spend making mods for people. And making mods for the community and showing it off, and trying to try to make the game more fun and actually make it interesting. And all those days and weeks I spent and years actually making these mods. I never once asked these people for fucking money for a mod. But if these guys want to go out and afterwards start, making shit up and start justifying the fact that they're selling things for money and making money off something. I mean, you're literally going to tell somebody to spend $20-$30 off a game. I mean, off the mod, and yet they have to pay another $20-$30 just for the game itself. Go fuck yourself, seriously. That's what it's coming down to. And all these guys, that are complaining about all these people stealing assets, stealing shit. Yeah, you know what? That gets annoying. But seriously, you got to be more mature than that. And if somebody steals shit, hold them accountable, expose the shit out of them for the community so that everybody knows who they are. And that you don't ever, nobody wants to deal with them anymore. That's what it is, and that's how it's supposed to be. But like I said, these people are just too immature to handle that shit. And quite frankly, all those people that complain about those asset stealers and those modders and things like that, how are you any better? You're the one that's keeping all this shit to yourself, so you're ruining the community even more. So who's worse? The guy that steals assets and steals shit? Or is it the guy that keeps all the mods for himself and calls them private, and the only way you can get those mods is to jack him off some more, and then maybe you'll get lucky and he'll give you a quarter of what he's released, and after that he makes people pay money to use those mods. So which one's worse? I don't think any of these are better than the other. I think they're both shit, and I think people who try to excuse paid mods and people who try to defend the fact that they're paying mods are shit people. Okay, so you know what? They can go fuck themselves, because quite frankly, I don't give a shit about either of these people. Okay, and quite frankly, it's just disgusting and it's sickening to even think about. And I always see people complaining about people leaking mods. It's just like, I'm not going to defend people who leak mods, but if there were people that were leaking mods, we wouldn't be able to see all the shitty mods that people that make people pay for it. Because literally, they're some of the shittiest mods I've ever seen, and they are paid mods, and people are actually paying for this trash. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to defend people who leak mods, but how is it? But you're not doing any better anyways, because you're just putting the mods on private, and after you have people to just jerk you off in order to get the mods. So what difference does it make? You know better than that person who leaks mods. It's just people being hypocrites, not realizing how hypocritical they are, and afterwards they're blaming other people for being as hypocritical as they are. It's just so retarded that I can't even put it into words how retarded it is. And it's just there's a pandemic now going on the mod sites right now, and afterwards, what's going on is that people are leaking mods right now, and it's crazy right now. And you have people. It's just so funny because those same people, there are mods leaked from popular, or should I say, well-known modders, and afterwards you see these people crying and bitching that those people leaked mods. Where were they when there are other mods that were leaked? It's just so funny because, again, more hypocrisy. For only for certain modders or certain notorious modders, or not notorious, popular modders, I should say. Only for certain people bitch and moan. Where were those same people when other mods are being leaked? Nobody said shit about it, but yet they have different standards for different modders. It's just so hypocritical and so circle jerk. It's just so funny to watch, man. It's so ridiculous. And right now, there's just people. It's just so funny because they're calling those call. There's like in the comments, like you can go look for it. So I think I want to put one of the comments up. It's just so funny. It's just there's just one comment that I'm just looking at, and I think I'll put it up. And then it's so funny because it's so retarded, man. These guys, what they're doing is saying, well, in the comment he was talking about they're gonna make the mods private because people are leaking it, but you're still saying, that's what I'm saying. You're still part of the problem. You still keep putting them all private, and that's what he's trying to do. He's saying private is what you want, private is what you'll get, and and then you won't have any mods except the shitty ones, which is what I was saying. If that's the case, then you probably, because I know this mod, okay? This mod is it's a road train mod, and I was using it a while back, and I downloaded from their site. Like this dumbass was saying that it's not, like this dumbass that's in the comments saying it wasn't free. Yes, stupid, it was free because I went on a website. I don't know if they were saying that they didn't want it uploaded, but I know that it's free. His stupid shithead was saying that it was a paid mod. It's not, because I fucking downloaded it on that site. I followed the link and I downloaded it there. The mod isn't really that good anyways though, because I was using it and I had a heavy load. I had what, 80,000 pounds in the, and the car was, when I was driving it, the truck was literally drifting, and it was just crashing into walls and crashing into cars. Like I couldn't even drive the shit. Like I had full lock when I was turning left or right, and I was saying, what the hell is going on? Because the truck isn't turning; it's just drifting like it's on ice. And then I thought it was the Canada map mod that I had playing, but in reality, after a while of playing and going to different regions, I realized it was actually the how do you call it again? The road train dump mod. The mod really isn't that good anyways, because like I said, it's not. ATS isn't made for road trains. Like I said, the roads in the company's things are too small. And there's been a few times I've actually seen the road train like literally glitched in the fucking road, where it's like jumping up and down, and I had to avoid it because like it was actually through the company walls and it was in the middle of the road. So it would have caused traffic jams if there were cars there. It would have been traffic jams, and it would have pissed me off. But there weren't traffic jams, so I had to change lanes. It was literally in the road. That's how long it was. And they didn't make it so that the long ones wouldn't spawn. They just made it so the longer trailers, the longer road. That's just, I mean, come on. I mean, if you really wanted to change private because somebody uploaded, you really didn't want to upload it publicly anyways in the first place. So you might as well just kept it private. So really, what the hell is the point? That doesn't really make any much sense. Like you said that you didn't want to re-upload it to another site, but like I said, if that's the way you thought, the moment somebody released it without permission, you might as well just made it private to begin with, because really really makes no difference. And all those people, saying, we'll just, we'll just make it all private, and then everybody won't have any mods. You're just being part of the problem that I was just talking about. It's just, you guys just can't realize the shit that you're part of. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You guys can't see how stupid you sound, how hypocritical you are. And the fact that you're just going to leave the game shit. You're going to let the community suffer because of some shitheads that you just not mature enough to handle on your own. And you're just going to keep blaming them for every little, private mod that you keep to yourself. And that's really immature, in my opinion. And I really don't understand why people have problems uploading mods to other sites if it's free. I mean, because the thing for me is that, I mean, as long as they're giving credit for you and the re-upload, I don't really see what the problem is. I mean, if somebody was doing it to my mod, I wouldn't have a problem with it, as long as they re-uploaded it and gave links to my page or something, and gave me credit for it. Because anyways, if people are that interested in the mods that you made, to come to you anyways. So I really don't understand. It's like, if people, I think just people in this community just care about the notoriety of something. You don't really, like, they just care about the celebrityness of making mods. And just having people just come to their webpage or whatnot and just circle jerk them off. That's what I just think it is. Because I don't really see any other reason to not have people re-upload free mods to another mod set. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. But obviously, like I said, this community just retarded. It don't make any sense. So I can't really say anything, to be honest, because it's just, like I said, they have double standards for people. It's just very hypocritical. There's nothing else to say, honestly. another perfect reply to these dumbasses that think that people that make mods are just entitled to money. No, you're doing it for the game, for the community. A perfect example right here. I'm gonna put it up. This idiot, as usual, these dumbasses goes, yeah, you expect folks to bring content for us to enjoy for free. You work for free. You're making mods for folks to enjoy for free. What an idiot, man. Yes, dumbass. People do that. And the perfect reply to this is that you want to see something amazing, free mods for an amazing game. Go check out a game called Arma 3. All the mods are free, and Arma 3 is such a military simulator. So go on, complain about people not being able to work for free. With people who make full version conversion mods, vehicle mods, unit mods, etc. for a popular game, do it for free. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the only game where I see modders fucking entitled crying like bitches every time for money, for shit, and they don't realize that you're doing it for the community and the game. You're not doing it for money. You want money? Go get a fucking job. Holy shit! Like this is what happens when you're making mods. It's time and dedication, and showing everybody else your experience with the game, so that they can enjoy it and then share their experience with other people. That's how it works. It's like a domino effect. But like they said, these guys are doing it for money. They're not doing it for the right reasons. It's for their own pocketbooks, and they don't care if the game is shit ass empty. They just want money. That's all they care about, and they don't realize that everybody else in any other game, they're doing mods for free. They're not asking people to pay money for shit. They're not asking people to pay money. So this is a perfect example and a perfect reply to these idiots that just say this crap and just act like they're smart when in reality they're just morons thinking they're good at seeing the truth, but they don't see truth. They just see stupidity, because that's what they are. They're stupid people. Oh, and another thing, in the comments, I remember this. I know this. I saw this guy actually saying that these people have, they have a problem leaking paid mods, but yet they don't have problems paying SES software for DLC. It's just so funny because it is true. These guys just like people they like to take things out the ass. Honestly, just take it up the ass, and then they like to pay for shit that they shouldn't even be paying for. It's just so retarded, this community. I don't understand how people can still be this stupid and still go through life like this. It's just so, it's ridiculous. It's just, at the same time, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's really sad. I can't even wrap my mind around this right now. It's really hard to figure out. Wow. Oh, another thing. I have one of the best, dumbest comments that I found on Modland.com, and it was found on one of the mods that I saw on the website. And this reads, it's by Not Happy Jan. It goes, go to work for a week and then be happy they don't pay you, because having a real job and having to go to work is the same thing as making mods for money. That's the stupidest, retarded thing to ever say. So he says, go to work for a week and then be happy when they don't pay you. Feeding parasites like this should be publicly stoned. I'll buy a ticket. How big a hero will you look when no one is making mods anymore because of cunts like you? Go do something useful with your life instead of stealing shit you can't make yourself. Shitbag. Okay, so this guy is just so stupid. Okay, so he goes, how big of a hero will you look when no one is making mods anymore because of cunts like you? Oh, so yeah, because you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, right? No, you're doing it for dollar signs. That's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for money. You're not doing it for me. Like, these guys just so full of themselves, so arrogant. These guys act like they're doing it for the community. No, they're not. They're just doing it for money. Because doing it for the community means you'd be doing it for free and doing it so people can learn from it. But like I said, you're not doing that. Like, it's just these guys sound so full of shit. And these guys are already not making mods for the community, because if they were, then they wouldn't be having them private, right? No, yeah, idiots. That's what I thought. But like I said, it just shows you once again, these guys, they just continue to threaten the community because of a bunch of idiots that they are not mature enough to handle themselves. And yet they want to blame them. They keep on blaming them because of what happens in the community, and because they're so naive and think that they own the world, and they think that people will just do whatever they tell them to do. But that's not how the world works, idiot. Now does it? Just some of these people are just really dumb, man. And this guy says, go do something useful for your life instead of stealing shit that you can't make yourself. How would you know the guy couldn't make it himself? These guys are just dumb, man. Like I said, it just shows you the mentality of these people. Just such hypocrites. It's just so funny to watch, because These guys are always blaming other people and always talking shit down on people, but they expect you to be grateful for them. It just shows you this game is just full of idiots. It's just full of idiots. And yeah, he says, yeah, instead of stealing shit you can't make yourself. Actually, yeah, I can make it, which is why I'm going to start making them instead of relying on you dumbass pieces of shit to actually make them for me. Because you know what? You guys haven't done anything for me, and you haven't released any mods that I can actually use. And if you release a free mod, it's some shitty mod that probably hasn't been updated in a few weeks or something, or a few months. Because they're always updating the paid mods first. They're never updating the free mods first. That's how these guys work. They're not in. Like I said, they're greedy just as much as the developers. They're in it for the money, which is why I'm going to make my own shit. So you pieces of trash can't tell me that I can't do it myself. I'm going to do it for myself and only for myself. And you're not going to say anything about it. Because if you say anything about it, I'm going to slap the shit out of each of you pieces of shit, complaining that everything's private. But you're the ones who are. The reason why things are private is because you made them private. So now you are part of the problem, and part of why the downward spiral of this game is going to happen. And I don't give a damn how many updates this SGS software does, because the more mods leave this game, means the more shitty the game will become. Because they're leaving shit undone. They're leaving issues in the game that should be fixed. They're leaving them there, and they're not even fixing it. Oh my god, they did. Oh my god, they fixed maybe one or two. Who the hell gives a damn? Okay, but the thing is that they still haven't fixed many issues in the game, and you guys want to still dick ride, whatever. But like I said, it's your decisions, guys. If you want to be ignorant and just keep defending these guys, and go ahead, defend these paid modders and these half-ass developers. Just go ahead, guys, keep doing it. But like I said, you're not smart for doing it, and you're just part of the chamber echo mentality. So you know what? Go ahead and do it. Go do some more echo chamber mentality trash, and then just keep criticizing people that have problems with these types of issues. Go ahead, guys, keep doing it. And look at what some of these guys are doing. Like, look at the comments that I'm showing here. Look, these guys. Some guy just uploads a mod that was on a Facebook site, and these guys are trying to kill him and try to kick his ass. And look at the immature shit that you can see on the that I'm showing right now. It's just so immature. Like, look at this. Is this what the community is? So immature, man. It's just pathetic. This is why I don't want to be around this community. It's just losers. And these guys are literally trying to dox too. They're trying to dox this guy and try to get his email information, his where he lives and all this type of shit. It just shows the immaturity of these guys. Like, seriously, if you look at the mods, a lot of mods they've taken from other sites and just put in there. You guys have to just deal with it and stop bitching about it. It's just so immature. This happens to literally every mod. It's just something that you just have to get used to. I mean, come on, man. This is just really immature. I thought this was a grown community. This is probably one of the oldest communities I've ever been a part of, or that I've ever played in. And like, these guys are acting like 12-year-olds. This has older people in this community, but yet they act like little kids. It just amazes me how every time there's an older community, they're just so immature. It's the same thing for APB Reloaded too. The same shit. It's just these communities that should have the most mature people have the most immature people. It's just wow, man. Like, I don't understand this continue bitching and moaning. And anyways, you report it to the site, and the sites don't really care anyways. The only thing they care about when you report is, let's say it's a virus or something like that. Complaining because somebody leaked a mod is just some dumb shit, man. Honestly. And anyways, it's just stupid. It's very immature. But like I said, some people they're just stupid. They don't give a shit about anything else. Instead of bitching, because I doesn't really care. So stop crying, stop bitching about it. Either download it or don't download it. And that's it. That's all you can do. Just stop crying, stop bitching, stop moaning, man. This community. Also, another comment. I think this is actually from the actual custom Aussie mods, but I'm not sure because anybody can make a comment, but it should be custom Aussie mods itself. Like, these guys, I don't even understand these guys. Like, look at this into this comment. It's just beyond pure retarded. You clowns will never understand mod site profit from mods. Wankers go on and on about paid mods and how mods should be free, and yet those same wankers keep reloading mods and those from others to these sites. and that pushes modders to stop releasing and start charging for your mods. What the hell? So what? You're going to charge because somebody? That's just stupid, anyways. Oh well. Or start charging for mods. So the longer you wankers out there keep supporting these types of morons and these types of sites, what the hell? And these types of site, the less and less mods you will see. Quality mods are rare to find. What does that even mean? It's rare to find, not hard rare to find. What the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, it's hard to find because all you assholes keep taking that shit for yourself and blaming others for your own fucking choices. Like seriously, you're seriously going to start blaming people for fucking... My god, man, for you making a mod private? Stupid morons, man. God. Quality mods are rare to find and will only get even harder to find in the future. Yes, because of you assholes. So all I can say is enjoy the crap mods you will be laughed with in the future if this keeps up. Those who carry on about it's only a mod, get over it. You are idiots. You are chasing downloads so you know better yourselves. Oh my goodness, like this guy. It just shows you the... Look at these guys. Look at what he says. He says... Oh my god. So all I can say is enjoy the crap mods you will be left with in the future if this shit keeps up. See, look, it's just started talking about... Okay, and these guys are just... This guy, Custom Aussie Mods... Okay, first off, you guys are really stupid and you guys are really gullible. And this is why you guys are gullible, okay? Like, seriously, these guys... Like, these guys literally told people... Like, seriously, who the hell do you think you are that... You can just tell people to not... You know what people are like already. You seriously think that people, if you tell someone to not re-upload a mod somewhere else from your site, they're actually going to do it? Like, who the hell do you think you are? What kind of authority do you have? You already know how people are. You tell them to not do one thing and they'll just do it anyways to piss you off. Like, if you guys are you guys really that stupid, really that gullible that you actually think that people are just going to do it? Anyways, people re-upload mods from any game. If you've seen it from other games too. I've seen mods from one site uploaded to the other site. That's how it works. Like, I don't understand why you guys are just so retarded. Like, you guys, this is like a 10-year-old's thinking, because this is such a naive thinking that people will just do whatever you tell them to do, or just believe whatever you want them to believe. That's just so naive, man. These guys is like, I mean, you guys are supposed to be grown-ass adults, and then it's just acting like kids. The mentality of these people, like, they seriously think that people are like, that's the mentality of a 10-year-old kid. Like, he has this mentality of people that you know, that they don't do things like that to get you angry or things like that. It's just a very gullible, very naive attitude, and you guys just need to start growing the hell up. And like, seriously, if that's the way you thought, you shouldn't have released the mod to begin with anyways, because just the way you think is just really stupid. So that's what I want to say to these guys, because, you know, it's just really stupid. And you guys are complaining about guys re-uploading mods and getting going on those mod sets where they get paid for the links, but you're the ones that are selling mods for money anyways. So what's the difference anyways? So it's so stupid. These guys are just retarded. They just think they're smart, but they're not. And that pushes modders to stop releasing and start charging for mods. That's a stupid excuse. That's such a simp excuse. And that pushes modders to stop releasing and start charging for mods. Why? Because some of your real uploads to a free site? How stupid is that, man? These guys are really dumb. I swear to God. Like, people in this community are just so retarded, man. If this is really custom Aussie mods, then these guys are just really stupid. And it just proves my point even more, that these guys will leave a game half-assed and like a piece of shit, because they're not mature enough to grow up and actually learn how to deal with people. But like I said, they're not mature enough, and like I said before, just not mature enough to understand how to deal with others and how to deal with idiots in general. These guys are just, my God, like, I can't even. No, I'm not even going to even talk about this anymore. It's just, these guys are just pathetic. And chasing download links, they're chasing download links. You're chasing money. What's the difference, faggot? This guy right here reflects my opinion wholeheartedly, because this is just some pathetic shit. I mean, just some of the people just complain and cry like kids. I'm not even joking. They're little kids. Can we just grow up? That's exactly what it should be. Because some people are just really immature. And yes, it's just, when they say leaked, for example, like this guy says, if it's leaked, if it was only supposed to be for a select few people, but obviously it it was open, but obviously you had to pay for it. But paid or not, it was open for others to use. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, people that just take mods that are paid mods is okay, but like I said, you know, people exposing some of these mods are just absolute garbage. Some of these mods are just really trash. And like I said, it's just very immature on their behalf. The way they act and the fact that they're on these websites. I mean, what are you, a mod police? You seriously, nobody's going to actually listen to you when you say don't download this mod, because obviously, like one of these guys said, he said, said he was going to download it anyways. But like I said, you know, it's just either download it or don't download it. Just stop crying, stop bitching. And also, like he says in the comments, it says, stomp your feet and throw a tantrum like many and make all of your mods private within your little circle jerk Facebook groups because you're all too naive and just get the fuck over yourselves. Or number 2, accept the fact that people will continue to find ways to post your quote-unquote private mods and make sure that people here on YouTube and Facebook know where to go. Redirect people to the place you want them to go to get said mod and updates. I've seen a few YouTube people tell people in the videos to go to a certain place to get mods and not sites like this. They say it in their video and in the description. Work with those people to educate the masses. Finally, let's keep in mind that this is a fucking video game and not some top secret government information, yet people want to lose their minds like that's exactly what it is. For a lot of God, people, grow out, fuck up already. This is what I'm talking about. This is very immature on their behalf. So people just really need to grow up. This is like little kids. It's like a little kid's playground, the way people are acting right now. It's like we're in kindergarten. It's very immature, very irresponsible, and it's just, like I said, the more I see people act like that, I just don't want to waste my time on this community. It's just absolute trash. Perfect example of this comment right here. And that's all it is. That's all I can say on that comment. Oh, and here's another thing but it's not necessarily the game, but it's the community. And it's happened multiple times. It's when, these guys, they release a mod, and let's say if you actually criticize the mod or give feedback, somehow it's a fucking problem with these guys. You're supposed to kiss ass or something. It's like you're supposed to kiss ass whenever they release a mod. If you don't give it a 10 out of 10, you have people telling you that you're ungrateful and you should shut the fuck up. And it just shows how retarded these guys are. Like, these guys get offended over the dumbest things. I don't understand this. Just because a mod is good doesn't make it perfect. There are things that you can do to make a mod better. These guys, like I said, these guys just care about ass kissing. That's all they care about. They don't want to hear anything negative. They only want to hear positive things. It's these dumb people. Like, you expect something to get better, but you don't want to hear anybody criticizing a mod. For example, if a mod is missing, like, for example, let's say a triaxle chassis or a day cab or something that can be nice, or a pair of fenders that's you probably like to add on to the truck or something, or it's just things like that, and that's just people getting offended. It's not even their mod, but they're getting offended. I don't understand what's wrong with these losers in this community. Because these guys get offended over the dumbest things. Giving feedback, people are supposed to give feedback, but somehow, like I said, these guys just care about people kissing their ass. I don't understand these guys in this community. I really don't. And some of you guys, you need to stop enforcing these modders' egos by telling them all these types of trash, like, you paid for their mods type of trash. You need to stop enforcing these guys' egos, because the more you do that, the more these guys are just going to keep all the shit for themselves and make everything private, because that's what they're doing for. They're doing it for attention, and they're doing it for money. Don't listen to these guys when they make these types of bullshit excuses, talking about, how, everybody, all these guys just telling people that, us mod stealers and all this type of crap. I don't listen to them. That's bullshit. The reason why they do it is because they get attention from all these desperate losers who spend all their time jacking off to these guys, begging these guys in their private messages, circle jerking off to them in order to get these guys mods, because they don't know any better in their lives. They've never seen anything that actually takes hard work and quality, and actually they don't know anything about that. All they care about is just some fucking mod, and they'll do anything because they're so desperate. They're losers. These guys have the slave mentality. That's what they have. They're slaves. Because if they weren't slaves, because like I said, they'll take 2 hours. They'll watch 2 hours worth of videos of guys driving modded things that private mods that they won't even release to the public or anybody else but themselves. And it's funny because they say it's so private. It's so private. Why are you showing it to other people to see, stupid morons? If it's so private, keep that shit to yourself. Don't go showing it to people on the fucking internet where people can actually leak stuff, or release things that you made, which people always do. Stop showing it. Some of these guys in this community have like narcissism. I'm not even joking with you. These guys are narcissists. Like, why are you showing people your crap? Keep it to yourself, like everybody else does, like any other normal person does. Keep that shit to yourself. Don't go out showing it on videos on YouTube or whatever shit, and then bitch and cry that, somebody released my mod. Well, keep it to yourself, bitch. Stop fucking complaining, and stop showing it to other people. Keep that shit to yourself. You don't need to make a video of your mod every time you make something. Nobody gives a damn about your shitty life, what you make. Because there are people that can make 10 times the product that you have. Not everything that you have is the best thing since sliced bread. The people out there that are making things better than yours. And somebody didn't even make it. You guys just converted it from somebody else's product. Acting like you're the shit because you just converted a mod and you say it's private. But it's reality. It's somebody else's mod and you don't want to release it because if you do, they're probably going to get pissed off at you. So it's just more morons in this community as usual. It's the usual thing in this community. But again, those people that are so desperate for those mods, they'll watch 2 hours worth of mods that are private and they won't even be released. And these guys are just doing it to jack off. But those same people that watch those videos, they won't even take 2 hours to learn how to make skins or convert mods or convert parts or do whatever they use to make the thing that they want. It just shows these guys are bums or lazy. And they're just... The fact that these guys keep begging and circle jerking, making stupid comments like, I would pay for this mod or some sort of garbage. Or put it in a giveaway, some stupid idiot. And some of these mods don't even look that good. I've seen mods that are free that look better. But these guys that pay for these mods, they just want to have confirmation about what they bought. So they'll just deny it and they'll just keep telling themselves that it was worth the money. And listen, no mod, doesn't matter how good the mod is, it'll never be worth the $30, $50 you'll pay for it. It's not a fucking official product to begin with. Why would you be paying $50 for it? It's just ridiculous how these guys will just try to find ways to believe what they paid for was worth it. No, fool, it was not worth it. And like I said, I've seen better mods for free. So don't fucking delude yourself and try to put your delusion onto everybody else's. That's not how it works. And that's some flight simulators type of shit. And some of these mods too, like I said, they're actually based off real products. These guys are making money. And I remember these suckers on modline.com, these guys talking about, these manufacturers don't care that we're making money off their product. Yeah, say that when you're making thousands of dollars a month. Those same manufacturers that quote unquote don't give a shit, they'll be on your doorstep looking for those pennies that you're making. So don't come with that crap. They obviously do give a shit. Obviously you're not making as much money, so they're not paying attention to you, but they're watching you. But like I said, you fools, you think you're entitled to shit. You think you're entitled to making money off somebody else's hard work. Bunch of bitches in this community, I swear to God. And then there are those guys that do favors in the community to jack off to these guys in order to get their mod. And things such as videos and all that types of shit. Like they're just doing, it's like to keep the circle jerk going. That's what they do. Like they make videos about it just to get that circle jerk trailer or whatever. That's what it is. It's just pathetic, this community. It's just full of losers. And just weak people. People that actually know it's a problem, but they don't give a shit. It's just so funny, man.
We're having an in-depth look at the Kenworth T908 by RTA Mods. Now, this is a paid mod. I will let you know. If I see any complaints about how it's immoral and irregular to purchase a mod that's worth more than the game or whatever shit like that, I don't care. I'll just delete it. I'm so sick of those comments, guys. Nobody cares if you think it's immoral or whatever. Nobody really gives a shit. So go find somebody else's channel to piss off. If I see any complaints about how it's immoral and irregular to purchase a mod that's worth more than the game or whatever shit like that, I don't care. I'll just delete it. I'm so sick of those comments, guys. Nobody cares if you think it's immoral or whatever. Nobody really gives a shit. So go find somebody else's channel to piss off. Anyway, so let's get right into this mod. And so
It just shows like these guys just reinforcing these guys' egos. Maybe if these fools in this community stopped, you know, begging these guys and stop giving these guys attention, maybe these guys would stop this crap and maybe they would start releasing these mods for free, because these guys are doing it for attention, because they know every time they do it, they'll get these suckers, these losers that'll just come to the comments and start jacking off to these guys and asking to suck their dick in order to get a free mod or something. It's just ridiculous. Honestly, there's a reason why these guys, each time somebody leaks or quote unquote leaks, not releases their private mod, the reason why they get angry is because they get 10,000 fewer views compared to if somebody hadn't released it and put it on mod.com. So that's why they get pissed off. And it's funny because, like I said, those guys, they get angry. They get angry when people release their mods, but yet they don't take the time to release theirs. Instead of letting other people release it for them. That's the only time they get angry, because they know that they can't let people aren't going to jack off to them on their webpage, because then they're getting their source of somebody else's website, regardless of where it was deserved or not. So like I said, these guys have no intentions of helping the community or even just making mods for them. They're just there to make money and profit off their own egos. That's what they're there for. And lastly, these guys, when it comes to private modder Facebook groups, they're all trash anyways. Because all these guys do is just, there's nothing productive that they put on those Facebook groups. All this is just guys jacking themselves off with private mods and things that they'll never release to anybody in the community. So these groups are just pointless. Just dudes showing photos of their fucking video game like they think they're the best thing since sliced bread, or they think that their life is worth something because they somehow have a skin on their truck that nobody else has. It's so dumb. And some of these guys that are just advertising their mods on their YouTube channel or whatever, on whatever fucking place they do it, and after just telling you, if you want this mod, go join my Facebook group or whatever garbage. And then you go through their Facebook group, you have to go through hoops of fire. Like, there's a chance that they won't even accept your how do you call it again? Your invitation to their closed off Facebook group. And then, even then, they still don't even give you the mods that you want. Because these guys are fucking douchebags. All they do is, like what Pinga does, all he does is put a fucking smiley face in his images every time he makes a post. Like, fucking drop dead, man. Seriously. Like, these guys, they just think way too much of themselves, and they're just sucking you in to make you pay money just to get that mod that you saw in a video that you haven't even released to the public, man. It's just garbage. Not only is it private, but it's a paid mod too, man. Fuck off. This community is just full of just douchebags. And the fact that, there are some, like, and this is the funny thing, is that if you ask these groups or ask anybody to download mods, there's a reason why they ban you if you ask them for mods. They don't want that shit. They just want you to jack off and kiss ass in these Facebook groups. And I can show it to you right now. To them, asking for a download link for a nice mod is spam or some sort of garbage. That's the justification these guys have. These guys are narcissists. They're megalomaniacs. Like, they think too much of themselves. If somebody likes something and they want to ask about it, that's a problem for them. They'll ban you on the spot, man. That's how it works with these things. If you don't kiss their ass for a download link, which you probably won't even get, you're just wasting your time. That's all it is. That's what these Facebook groups, that's the reason why I just don't even waste my time. I remember when I first started this game, I used to go on those Facebook groups to see if I could get some download links or something nice. But all I see are these guys just narcissists and megalomaniacs in these groups, just fucking showing videos and things. That's all these guys are doing, just trying to make themselves feel good about themselves. Like I showed the picture of that guy that had a quote-unquote private mod that he probably didn't even make anyways, probably converted it. But he's showing it, acting like he's the shit. And with hashtag private, what a douchebag, honestly. The guy I bet this guy thinks his shit smells like perfume or something. I bet that's what this guy is like in real life. This shows, just like I said, just more losers in this community. That's why I say don't join these Facebook groups. They're not worth it. Learn to make your own mods. Learn to make your own shit. And you'll be happy you did. Because these guys don't give a damn about you in these groups. Because if you don't kiss their ass, they'll just ban you on the spot. That's how it works with these guys. And I'm getting sick and tired of Facebook putting these stupid ass notifications for these Facebook groups in my posts. I don't give a shit about your shitty mod or your shitty life or whatever dumb dumb paint job you have on your crummy mod. I don't give a shit about it. You're sick and tired of getting it in my email account. It's so nonsense. I just wish there's a way for me to just get rid of this stupid shit, man. Just getting annoying. Cause look at it, my whole a whole section of my inbox has, I don't even know how many, just so many goddamn emails. What, 454 emails? It's ridiculous. This is why shitty ass game, man. Just nothing of value in these Facebook groups. You know, and it's so funny because all these mods that you see in these Facebook groups, you can just get them looking on the internet yourself. These guys just trying to act like the Facebook groups offer nothing other than just circle jerking douchebags that just want to act like they're better than everybody else. That's all it offers. There's nothing of value to add in these Facebook groups, so that's why I just waste the money. So I tell people, don't waste your time in these shitty ass groups. They have nothing to offer you, and like I said, though, they have no problems kicking you out. Because these guys, like I said, these guys' lives are shitty. If they weren't shitty, they wouldn't be acting the way they are, man. It's just disrespectful. And I'm sick and tired of these stupid ass notifications in my goddamn email, man. It's pissing me off. Okay, so here's a perfect example of the type of attitude I'm talking about in the community. Okay, so this guy, he writes a post about a new truck mod that he's making, and he types in, it's a 1995 Western Star, Ford 4964, and it's just stupid post like this. It goes, how many of you be interested in Western 4964? Yeah, oh my god, like what kind of fucking stupid question is this? Obviously people are going to be interested in it. It's just stupid. Come on, man. This is just it's posts like these that I think are just circle jerk, because it's just so stupid. And then look at the question. Obviously, I guess I am. And look at all these other posts too. Everybody wants it, saying of course. It's so stupid. Like these guys that make these posts. Obviously, the more mods, the better. It's just a stupid question. Why would you ask such a dumb question? Because the posts like this make me think that a lot of these guys just are doing it for the notoriety, for the circle jerk attention. Because you don't ask stupid questions like that in a game where there's lots of paid mods and people that are trying to just make a quick buck out of things. Obviously, people are going to be interested in it. What matters, how many people are interested in it, is how good the mod is. And obviously, who the hell cares if there are people who are not interested in it? If they're not interested in it, then they won't download it. Just make the mod. Just make them up for yourself. And this guy probably didn't even make it. And I'm pretty sure this guy didn't make this mod. It was probably more than likely converted. But this guy's acting like he made the whole fucking shit. A lot of these guys that come up with these mods and just showcase it on the forums and all those types of things, most of these guys don't even make the models. They just take the models from previous games like 18 Wheels of Steel Holland, which other people made, mind you, from scratch. They just take the model and just convert. They actually made it from scratch themselves, or pedal to the metal or some sort of shit, and then they act like they work so hard on the model when all they have to do is just fix up the model and just improve anything that's broken on it. That's all they have to do. Just touch it up, maybe fix a few pieces on, fix a few skins, and that's it. All the hard work's been done, but they want to sit there and act like, you know, the world owes them something. And sometimes they even make them those same mods that they converted that other people have taken credit for, and then they put it as paid mods. It's just a perfect example, like what I've been saying right here. But it's just a perfect example. You know, even if people didn't want it, I mean, you have to respect. If you make something and you leave it out there for people to download, you have to respect what you're working on. And so regardless if there are how many people download it or not, just make the damn shit and just leave it out there. If people like it, then they'll just download it and they'll play it. And then he shows a video of, and then for example, then he shows a video. Okay, he has a video right here which shows the truck, which is saying that he had it previously in there and then it was reconverted. And then and again, if you look at it, like he has everything listed as private. I mean, he's just showcasing the mod. I bet he was, at that time, he wasn't even doing it, because you can see when he made the actual post to showcase the mod for attention in July of 2018, the 29th, and in the video that he made, he published a video showing it on February 17th, 2018, which shows that he was just doing it for attention, as most people in this circle jerk community do when it comes to making these mods. So it's just like I said, he's just exposing himself right now. So all of a sudden, so what is that? February, March, April, May, June, July. So what? That's been how many other months? So he made a video showing the mod previously, before all of a sudden, out of all the goodness of his heart, he's showing a mod that somehow he just previously made fresh. What a sack of shit this guy is. Many guys, when these mods they showcase on the internet, many of these guys, what happens is that even when they showcase the mod a year, like for example, let's say they made a mod in 2017. Most of the time, they probably won't even end up releasing the mod at all, or they'll probably release it like 2 years later or something. Which, I mean, it doesn't mean, it's kind of funny because they just leave the mod private to some shit. Because, like I said, they usually don't even end up releasing it to the public. You just keep it for themselves and act like they're just doing it. But what they're trying to do is just do it for attention, to just get people to circle jerk around them, like I said. And he said, I mean, you weren't thinking about releasing it in February. What makes people think that you're going to actually release it starting from July 29, 2018? Because there's no guarantee these guys, like I said, they're doing it for attention. There's no guarantee they actually release the mod for actual people to actually use. They're just doing it for their own ego, just exposing himself right in the post. Like this guy, I'm not even gonna say anything anymore. He wasn't even asking to release the mod. But like I said, this is a perfect example. He just shows the mod, and afterwards, if you look in the comments, in the description, you'll just see private, Western Star 4964 private, Mac Cold Bucket private. Like these guys just, the circle jerk attention that they get when they just show mods and things like that. Like they just do it more likely for the attention, and they don't actually do it just to release the shit. Because if people who care about releasing mods and release to the community, they don't go around asking, what did you know? They don't go on the boards asking. They don't ask, would you be interested in this? Like, what the hell kind of stupid question is this? If it's an American truck, if it's a good project, then just work on it. And what will happen is if people like it, they'll download it. That's how it works. And you can see, which proves it's more likely he didn't make this mod, because in the comments you'll see as proof he says this mod was originally a paid model by somebody else, whatever his name, Steve, what the hell his name is. And also it's a funny thing, it's so hypocritical, you guys, because it's so funny, because this guy in the comments actually admits it was originally a paid model. And this is funny because the same retarded members in this community, they're the first people when they see a mod releases for free, a paid mod released for free on one of those modding sites, they're the first person to bitch about it and tell those people they're cancer, and tell them that, like I just showed in the video, they're the first people to tell them that they're cancer to the community and that should go kill themselves or something, and then expose them. But here this guy is saying that this was actually a paid model and he's converted it, but yet these dumb pieces of shit, they don't actually say anything. I don't see any backlash to what he said in here. So it just shows the hypocrisy in this community. And how are you going to have that and afterwards nobody says anything? It just shows you the dick riding in this community, the circle jerk. The circle jerk in this community is just funny. Because you can't have standards for one person and then have standards for somebody else. Like, it's clearly right there. You can see in the post that he says that this was actually a paid model from Steve. Where's the backlash? Where's the frustration? Where's your anger? Where's the anger that you had for all those other guys that you had on the modding sites? Where is it? Where's the backlash? It's funny, man. Like, these guys, you know, these guys are brainless morons in this community. They don't think for themselves. They're just retarded. And it's full of dumbasses. So exactly, it's not even his mod, but he's acting like he made it. It's just a perfect example of this circle jerk mentality. And these guys just, you know, I don't like how these guys act in these games, because it's just really stupid. You don't ask dumb questions like that. And also another thing, again, he asked a stupid question again in these comments. It's just so stupid, man. For example, let me go find it for a second. It's just so stupid. Again, here's his post. It says, okay, nice to see people are interested in this model. No shit, people are interested in new models. Such a dumb idiot, man. I'm going to keep this truck simple so it doesn't take forever to finish, but I would like to have some suggestions for parts, accessories, justice variants, etc. Really, come on, a simple fucking Google search will give you parts to add in, but just you're gonna sit here and act like you're just doing it out of the goodness of your heart. It's just a simple Google search, and you'll easily find parts for any truck you want. You'll find pictures and parts that you can just replicate and put it in the game. But yet this guy's gonna act like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Just find images of truck parts on the internet for the Western Star and just put it in the game. Is it really that hard? You don't have to go on asking people, man. It's really simple. It's just things like that, man. Things like that. It just makes you wonder, why are people doing it in the first place? Are they doing it because they're genuine about it, or are they just doing it because they want attention and they want to just have people to just circle jerk around them and crowd around them every time they do something? Like this guy in the video, like I said, he was just showing private mods, which he probably doesn't even think of releasing. He's just coming there saying that he wants to release the mod. And look, it's been what was the date since he made this? It was in the 29th of July. So how long has this been there? So let's see, July, August, September, October, November. So that's 6 months, and in that 6 months, he still hasn't even released it yet. So basically, I'm thinking that this guy's just looking for attention. That's 6 months, and in that 6 months, I haven't seen anything coming from him, because the last post. Let's see the last post. The last post is in November 13th, and like, it's just stupid, man. Like I said, it's not even his model, but yet it's ridiculous. It's just a perfect example, guys. It's just one of those things. But okay, man, that's it. I'm not even going to say any more about this. It's just a perfect example. You don't have to ask people if they're interested in a fucking mod. Just make this shit, and then people will download it. That's how it works. If you're just trying to go around and ask people, it usually means that you're just looking for attention. That's how I see it. Also, another thing to look out for about this guy is that each video or each mod that he's had, he's never released any of these mods. He's just showcasing them just to get attention. So it's just something to look out for. This guy is just full of shit. So that's just another thing you have to see, because he hasn't released any of the mods. It's just, like I said, it's just there to get circle jerk attention. He's just so insecure about himself that he needs attention. So every mod that you see that he's had in these videos, he's never released one of them. They're all private, which is pathetic on his part and shows somewhat what kind of person he is. So that's just something to keep in mind with this guy. So don't get your hopes up about him releasing mods, because it says a lot about this guy, like I said before. And like I said, it's not even his mods. He's just converting it. Thinks he's hot shit. But that's just another thing you have to look out for. As a recording of this video, this same guy that uploaded the Western Star 4964 mod to the SCS forums, he's also uploaded the W900 W900L mod that he had on his channel, which I find is a bunch of bullshit in it, because he's going to do the same thing to begin with. And a guy in the thread that he made, he said it's not going to be released, and I also believe that too, because this guy's a pile of horse shit. Because this guy's just looking for attention. That's all he is there for. I doubt he'll ever even release it. What a fucking douchebag. Honestly, that's how I just see it. Because I don't buy this guy. This guy all of a sudden now he wants to make mods. This guy had a mod all to himself as a private mod, showing off to Facebook groups and all that types of shit. And now all of a sudden he's going to act as though he was going to bring the mod, which is a pile of bullshit. All of a sudden, nah, fuck off, man. You started having these mods as private mods, and all of a sudden now you just want to release to the public. Yeah, fuck off. You're just looking for attention. As the recording of this video, both forum threads showing both mods of from this guy Declan Osborne for the 4964 and the W900L have both been deleted, and it just, because I can't get back to this shit. I wanted to see if this douchebag would even release it. But as usual, when you go to the places where they had these posts, it says you are not authorized to read this forum. So in other words, he probably more than likely deleted these posts because this guy's a piece of shit loser who wants attention, and it just shows you all these douchebags that just want to make mods and afterwards they don't even release shit, or they're just looking for attention. I knew this guy was going to do that because the way this guy acts, man. These guys are losers in this game. I'm not surprised, man. It's really not surprising because this guy just does not give a shit. Just looking for attention. You can see how this guy goes on to Facebook and all the other places to show off these fucking mods that he has. Like I said, these guys are douchebags. They don't give a shit. That's what I'm telling you guys. These guys don't care. Like I said, these guys are full of shit. Just want attention. This guy is a loser. He needs to get a life. Get off his ass and get a real life. Because this guy does not have a life. You know, it's just so funny, man. Because, like I said, I can't really say much because it's kind of hilarious to see these guys post threads of these mods. You know they're not going to release it, but they're going to make the post anyways. And then afterwards, after how many weeks or months or something like that, they just end up deleting it because, like I said, they're douchebags looking for attention. Because they're missing something in their shitty lives. Because they're not getting anything at home, so obviously they're trying to look for attention somewhere else. They're attention seekers and losers. But, like I said, it's not surprising to me. So that's just another thing I wanted to update on because, like I said, these guys are major douchebags and losers. And they need to go fucking get a life, man. This is pathetic. But, hey, what do I know? And anyways, it doesn't even matter to me because I'm starting to make my own mods. I'm starting to model my trailers and trucks, so it doesn't even matter to me. This guy is a loser anyways, so it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, I just wanted to update on that. I remember a YouTuber that I saw on one of his videos. I remember I'm not even going to give his name because I'm not going to give this guy free press, but I remember in his video he was talking about how, you know, the community, you know, the mods, you know, they should be, you know, improve the community, you know, make the community better by making mods and trying to make the game better through mods. I mean, fuck that shit, no. First off, why am I going to be slaves to these companies just to make their game better for them? Why the hell would I want to make their game better when they're not even trying, man? They need to get off their ass and start making their game better. I'm not going to make their game better for them. I'm not a slave, you know. It's the stupid mentality of these retards in this community. I seem to think that it's their job to make their game better. No, it's not. Because it's not our fucking game. And secondly, why would I make your game better? I'm not even getting paid for it. Why would I make your game better for you? Get off your ass and make your game better. That's not my job, man. If you want me to make your game for you, pay me then. I'm not doing shit for you. That's why I said I'm better making my own game instead. It's just so stupid to waste my life trying to make something better for somebody, and you know, and like I said, you know, they exploit the community. The community members, they make something, you know, they update the game, and then a patch later or something, or a few patches later, they basically just copy that shit and just put it in there for them. It's like a placeholder or something, man, with these developers, because they're retarded, man. They can't do anything for themselves. Just window lickers. That's what these guys are. And it's just like this placeholder content, man. It's garbage. That's what you think of these guys. Does SCS Software really think that they're there because of themselves? If these guys were intelligent, they would realize the only reason why their game is alive is because of mods. That's the only reason why this game is even worth playing. Because people are actually making mods for their game, for the half-ass content. You play this game, in its vanilla form without any mods or something, or even DLC, and the game is shit. It's bare bones garbage. The reason why this game is there is because of mods, not because of the developers. Developers don't even know how to wipe their own ass, man. Just garbage. Like, these guys are so fucking arrogant, man. The way they talk, they really think that their game is successful because they made it successful, or because of their content so good. No, your content's really shit, bud. You can't even make sounds. How sad is that? Get a real sound maker. But then again, nobody wants to work with retards who can't even make simple things like sounds. Retards, you have so much tools, can't make fucking sounds. Ironic, isn't it? You can't make sounds. Holy shit, man. And then at the same time, it's kind of funny hearing from modders to make the community better, even though they're the people that first off force you to join their Circle Jerk Facebook groups. When you watch the videos, they put their Circle Jerk Facebook group with that same mod that you've been watching behind a Facebook group that you have to join. And then secondly, it takes days sometimes to even be able for them to even accept you, because they like to feel like gods because of the fact that they can just accept you in, or just not even let you into the Facebook group, even though the content that they have there is pretty shit anyways. And then thirdly, the mod that you want costs money that you saw, so you can't even get it unless you pay these douchebags $30 or some garbage over some overpriced shit. And then afterwards they charge you high prices of money for things that I've seen better for free, like I said before. And not only that, these same guys are asking for donations from people. So not only they're getting money for you to pay for their mods, but they're asking for donations. Basically, these guys are making bank, man. These guys are like I said, developers without a game. So it's ironic that these guys are trying to talk about bringing the community together, but yet, what have you done? You haven't done shit. You're just talking out of your ass to make yourself sound smart, even though you aren't even really smart to begin with. So it's just really funny to hear these guys talking about bringing the community together. How about you stop being a piece of shit and stop trying to make every mod that you give out for money, and stop hiding behind the excuse that people are stealing mods, because guess what, retards? People will steal your mods, or quote unquote steal your mods. So you can't really steal something that's open to the public. These guys are just stupid. You can't really take something that's out for the public. You should stop trying to make excuses for reasons why you make something not free. And guess what, idiots? People will still steal it. So nobody gives a shit if you'll sell it for money or not. They'll still come in and re-upload your mod somewhere else. So please get your heads out of your ass and stop looking for excuses to not hold yourselves accountable for your own actions. Because that's what I see now. It's just idiots talking out of their ass, trying to sound smart, but they aren't. Because everything they do, every action they take says otherwise of what they're talking about. Because that's the problem with these guys. Just talking out of their ass, they think it makes them sound smart, but it really makes them sound stupid. So you know what? Follow your own advice and actually be responsible instead of trying to be this what do you call it again? This self-righteous, this self-righteous grandstander. Because that's all I see. People who want communities to thrive, they don't have 5,000 Facebook groups for the same game. They have a few Facebook groups and people join in that, or they just have one. That's what it is. But like I said, these guys are talking out of their ass way too much, trying to make themselves sound smart, and these guys basically are giving themselves a slave mentality of trying to make themselves do the work for the developers. These people in this game are idiots, man. These guys like to be exploited and then cry like a bitch when somebody scams them out of money for a pay mod. Bitch, that's your problem. Deal with it. Oh, and here's a funny part that I forgot to add. Okay, so these same modders, okay, they complain that the guys on modding sites get AdSense from when let's say if a paid modder or something, or a private modder has a mod, and then somebody releases that mod to the modding websites. So they take that mod and then they use an account and then they upload it on that mod site. They say that they get free AdSense, or they get AdSense from that mod from when they upload it. But it's funny because you also make money off those same mods, dumbasses. So basically you're making money, they're making money. It's funny how modders think it's okay for them to make money, but it's not okay for anybody else to make money. And a little fucking sense that they making money is just garbage. It's nothing compared to the amounts of money you'll make. So stop being a bitch and get over it. These guys complain about stupid shit, but they have no problems exploiting the community and making money off their backs. Taking advantage of them when there's barely any mods in the game. Guys that are desperate for mods, that really want mods so bad that these guys will make you shell out $40 fucking dollars. Make those same guys shell out $40 fucking dollars. Those same desperate guys that want mods. Because these guys are just parasite pieces of shit who's just leech on the community. But they call everybody else a leech and a parasite. Go fuck yourself. You guys are just pieces of shit in this community. And these guys complain about guys making AdSense on when they upload links on a free modding site, but they have no problem making money themselves. Just your people are pieces of shit. And then you use it, and like I said before, you use the same trademarked licensed products that you don't even have a license for, but you're gonna bitch about people making money. You're a hypocrite. Follow your own advice and stop trying to be a hypocrite. This is just pure hypocrisy on their part. Follow your own advice or keep your mouth shut. Nobody gives a shit what you think about AdSense. Just pathetic. And something else too. Especially since we're talking about pay mods. If modders or if people are stealing your shit so much to the point where they're taking your assets and they're just using it, then why do you keep re-uploading mods and making people pay for it? It's just like, where's the logic in that? That's so retarded. You're still basically releasing mods, just making people pay for it because of your greedy ass. So it's just so funny, man. Your greed is so strong that you find retarded. It's just like EA, man, making excuses for things that don't even make any sense. But I guess that's what it takes to be a modern American Truck Simulator. You have to be an idiot, and you have to be a greedy piece of shit. But I just find it so funny, man. Re-upload. You're still releasing mods. What stops somebody from stealing assets in there? Like, you guys are really dumb. You sound really stupid, anyways. You guys are still releasing mods, but complaining that people steal shit or don't give you credit for it. You're still basically releasing it. Like I said, you guys are selfish and greedy. You don't care about no shit. You don't care about the community, man. Take your self-righteous lectures and shove them up your ass, please. So that does it for part 2 of the American Truck Simulator rant. Fortunately, I tried to do it as fast as I could, but the thing was that I guess sometimes when you have a lot of things to talk about, sometimes time just goes really fast. And I tried to not go over an hour, but unfortunately it is what it is, and I just have to deal with it. And yeah, I'm going to have to do a part 3 about the American Truck Simulator. And in part 3, I'm going to be talking even in more depth about the shitty things that these developers do, and the things that I hate about this game, why this game is such garbage, and why this game is just so pathetic and overhyped, and why this game is nothing more than just a cheap-ass piece of garbage monopoly over the industry that this game is supposed to represent. I'm going to keep going into that, and I'm going to talk about everything that I can in part 3, so remember to stay tuned about that. So coming up, I'll show you guys part 3. And in the meantime, I'll see you guys later.